see, I think here's where the issue lies. I think you're under the impression that I'm saying, and you probably see this a lot on the internet, where people say you have to trade a certain way. You maybe think that you're under the impression that I'm saying you have to use the range bar chart. I'm not saying that. You can use the 15. Right? Did I ever say you can't? Did I ever say, don't you dare use the 15-minute chart? Recipe for disaster. No, you can use it. Yeah, use whatever chart you want. I prefer the range bar charts for my day trading. That's a personal preference. I know people that hate range bar charts. You could use the 20, you could use the 30, right? Doesn't matter what time frame you use, as long as you're what? What's the only thing that matters? Okay, yeah, profitable, I guess. What else? There we go. As long as you're consistent in what you're using. I mean, what performs best? And that's the thing, right? There is no best. There is no best. And that is I know we talked about this earlier. That is the one thing that we have to get our mind over. And I don't know, you guys tell me, why is it the internet that paints that picture for us? Why are we, and I don't mean this in a negative way, Anthony, because there's a lot of people like you. And I'm sure I was the same way at the beginning of my journey. But why are we consumed with thinking there's a best? Like what put this idea in our head? Is it the internet? Is it people selling stuff and saying this is the best way to do it to get clicks, or is it just in our mind? And this is a serious question. I know we want results quick, get rich quick. Is that it? That we're just, because we know the goal, because we think the goal is get rich quick, find something that's successful, there's always got to be a best way to do it? Human nature? Okay, yeah. And yeah, this is a serious question. I always wonder this. Yeah. The best equals clearer picture. And what's the clearer picture? What's the clearer picture? There is no best. The smoother move. What's the smoother move? Right? You're giving me words, but there's no definition for these words. And that should be a red flag, right? I think you guys said it. Yeah, I think we're, in our mind, we're looking for the shortcut. We're just looking for the answer. We're looking to get the answer instead of looking to create the answer. And the secret in trading is that there is no best. There's no best time frame. And speaking in general, right? There's no best time frame. There's no best pair. There's no best strategy. There's no best time of day. Right? What's best is what works for you. And that's a good one, Rick. Like, what's the best, guys? Chocolate cake or vanilla cake? Someone tell me. Or cheesecake? By the way, does cheesecake actually fall into the cake category? That's another interesting question that I would like answered before I die. But what's the best? Chocolate or vanilla? Chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream? Well, no, one's got to be the best. Which one's the best? You see how it's different per person? Trading's the same way, right? Trading is a custom fit suit that only we can slither into. Or dress, I suppose, for the ladies. Or the guys. Dress, yeah, don't judge. Whatever. 2018, get in trouble saying anything, right? There is no best. The only best is what works best for us. What is your preference? What allows you to see what you want to see? What's the best higher time frame? Weekly? Daily? 4 hour? What's the best lower time frame? 15? Range bar chart? 5 minute? There is no best. Here's the secret. The markets move the same on every single time frame. They go to the right. That's what markets do. They go to the right. I guarantee that. They go to the right. Every single time frame. Every pair, every stock, every commodity, they go to the right. They go from left to right. It's all the same. But instead of searching for the best, What we need to do is we need to figure out what type of trader we want to be. What type of strategy is going to fit our personality? What type of time frame do we want to concentrate on? Right? What type of rules do we want to follow? And then we need to be the best at executing our game plan. That's all we need to do. We need to be the best at executing our game plan. And that game plan may be slightly different from trader to trader. So good conversation. I hear that a lot, but I never really dug deep into it, thinking about what is the best and why do we think that way. It's still interesting. But I think it's, like you guys said, a lot about nature and how we're brought up to find the answer and not necessarily to be creative. Right? We're brought up to say, okay, well, read this paragraph and you give me the answer. And there's a set answer that we have to give, instead of being creative and using interpretation. And the market is interpretation. But I prefer range bar charts because the speed of movement for day trading, it gives me a different look than the minute-based charts. It gives me a slightly more aggressive look than the minute-based charts. That's why I personally like the range bar charts. It takes some things away. You don't get the wicks, which give you good ideas about test and holds of structure. So there's pros and cons to all of it. But I prefer the range bar charts. If you're looking for a comparison, go watch that day trading course. I think in the very beginning we talked about the differences between time-based charts and range-based charts. But I prefer them for the for day trading. But you can use the 15 to 5. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Nick says, I'll say it one more time. This is a good philosophy in general, inside and outside the markets. Killer blog material. Are you saying this should be a podcast? Yes, this session is recorded. Yep. All right, let's go down to, I feel like we're just going to muscle through. No break today. We're going to muscle through 2 hours and just do it. Is that good for you guys? Let me just see where we're on this weird path already. Let's just see where it takes us. We're slowly rolling down the hill. There's destruction somewhere down there. We're just gonna party the entire time.